In the last lesson, we have created an HTML file that contains a form, and this form is going to be handled by our Flask application. Now in this lesson, what we are going to do, we are going to use templates. So here, let's create a new method with a new route. Basically, in case of templates, from a function, we can directly return HTML like this. Let's save this and give it a try. And here you can see it's being rendered as H1. So we can return simple strings as well as we can return HTML too. Now let's get back to the editor and see how we can create templates. So in order to create templates, we need to follow one pattern. That is, we need to create a folder called templates at the root level. And inside the templates, we can create HTML files. Let's add the basic markup, and here we can add any HTML content to the body. Flask uses a templating engine called Jinja 2. We will talk about this in details in our next lesson. For now, just notice that inside the double curly braces, we can pass the variables. This variable holds some values which we can pass directly from the method in our hello.py. So here, let's do one thing. Let's add a dynamic parameter. And here, let's get rid of this and use the render template method. Now we need to pass the template name. Here in our case, that is temp.html. And the second argument, we will pass the value that we want to use inside the template. Let's save this, and we need to import the render template method from Flask. Now let's save this and run this in browser. So after temp, we need to pass a name. And here we are getting hi coders. And let's look at the source code. So this is executing our template, and here after the hi, it has placed the name which we are getting from the URL as a URL variable or dynamic parameter, and our method temp is going to pass it to our template, and inside the template we can use the double curly braces supplied by the Jinja 2 templating engine to render the value that is being passed. So this is how the templating works in Flask. In the next lesson, we will discuss in details how to loop through some data or how to use condition statements